Romney.
Hair. No, just a minute.
You can't. It's more than one word. Oh, you have another one?
Vice President.
Oh, Obama.
Finished.
Whoa. Perry.
That's not one word. I've got to do three.
You have to.
Governor, Texas. Can't remember that.
Oh my God. So you were put on the spot for that, I guess, and here she is, Congresswoman and presidential candidate Michele Bachmann. So you didn't know beforehand that you were going to have to come up with that.
It's all good fun. It's all good fun.
Those are good answers.
No. Thank you. Thank you. It was fun.
It brings me back to that moment, is that we have everyone asked Governor Perry what it was like being him during that moment.
Sure.
What was it like being you? Because you don't dislike these people next to you.
No, these are nice, great people.
What were you thinking? Were you one of the people yelling out answers?
No, no, that wasn't me. But I think we felt really bad. We really felt bad for him, you know, because it could be any one of us that would blank, and so I think
it happens. Absolutely.
It happens.
I have to say, my minister brought it up during his sermon today.
What did he say?
Not today, Sunday, and said that he loved your compassion that you had for Rick Perry on the stage, and that it could happen to anybody.
It could happen to anyone. You're right.
It could indeed. All right, let's talk a little bit about the super committee. They announced yesterday we can't deal with this thing. We're going to kick the can down the road.
Yeah, like we didn't see this coming. I mean,
well, the president yesterday was blaming you and your party.
Yeah.
Inflexible.
Well, isn't that interesting? He was AWOL when it came to the debt ceiling fight last summer, AWOL regarding the super committee, and he blames the people who are in the middle of the process.
Right.
Typical. This is what's gone on for 2.5 years. It's lack of leadership.
See,
That's
I
been the problem all
thought
along.
with 6 people's names, there's 12 people now whose careers are going to be affected.
Yeah.
They're going to be looked at as failures for what they did, what they didn't get accomplished for the country. That's why I was optimistic something would happen, because it wasn't about President Obama or Speaker Boehner. It was about them as much as the country.
Well, it is. I mean, you know, it's a failure for all of us because the problem needed to be solved. But really, it should have been solved last summer. Because what I was saying is we had enough money coming in to pay the interest on the debt. There's 535 members. What we needed to do was prioritize spending. Because we look at Greece, and it's obvious to all of us what has to be done. They've got to cut back on spending. The welfare state isn't working. Well, pick up a mirror and look into it. That's the United States. We're spending too much money, too. We can't afford a welfare state, and so don't do it anymore.
But it's a fundamental difference in philosophy between the two parties right now.
Oh, no kidding.
And when you see this type of failure, you have to scratch your head and wonder whether or not bipartisanship is dead. Will it be that we'll only accomplish things in this country if one party is in charge of Congress and the presidency?
Well, I think you made a very good point, Gretchen, because it would be terrible if we got to that point, because it shouldn't be about political parties. It should be about the people. And right now it isn't. It's about one-upsmanship with parties. That's ridiculous. Things are so bad right now that last month, you probably reported on Fox, that we were $203 billion in debt for the month of October. 1 month. That means for every man, woman, child in the United States, it was $650 per person that we took on in debt. A family of 4, that's $2,300 more that we owe in debt. So we can't even earn money as fast as they are spending it. It's the velocity of debt right now.
Right. I'm sure that's one of the things that's going to come up tonight, among other things, at the debate down at Constitution Hall in Washington. For a while, you were at the top of the polls in the Republican race after the Iowa.
And we will be again.
Well, yeah. But some have suggested, look, Romney's at the top. Now it's Gingrich. It's been Kaine as well. Maybe the others should just all drop out because they're just in the low numbers. And you just say to those critics what?
Well, take a good look. I mean, that's what people said last summer when I won the Iowa straw poll. People said that it couldn't happen. No woman had ever won. I won. I was the first woman to win and the first person to win in the shortest amount of time. But we've already identified more supporters for the caucus in Iowa. That's comparable to a primary. We've identified more supporters than Mike Huckabee had when he won. So we're doing very well. So, you know, watch out. January 3rd is coming, and we're planning to do very well.
Despite your business, your job as a congresswoman running for president, you still managed to write a book. Your new memoir is called Core of Conviction. What are we going to learn in this book that we didn't know already?
Well, it's a 3D look at who Michele Bachmann is, unfiltered. And I think what you'll find is that...
Do we need glasses?
That's right. Well, I came from a middle-class family, but a lot of people don't know. We went to below poverty overnight. We lost pretty much everything we had in our home. I watched my mother put all of her wedding gifts and pretty things out on card tables in the driveway. And so she said to us, we're going to make it. We're going to hold on to our faith in God as a family, and we're just going to make it. And so when I was a 12-year-old, I had to get a job babysitting, and I paid for my own glasses, my own clothes, my lunch at school. We just didn't have anything.
And speaking of
babysitting,
it
taught me good life lessons.
Yeah. One of the families you babysat was my family.
That's right.
Which is
one of the best families ever.
Well, thank you very much, but one of the small world coincidences.
There you are. Look at that.
There's Michele.
That's Gretchen.
Me in the pool when I believe we were at the resort.
I was about 15, and so you were maybe 6?
I was about 6, 5 or 6, and what I loved about Michele Bachmann, back then Michelle Amble, was her long hair.
Oh,
it went all the way down to right here.
My share period. That's true.
Yes.
Steve, Sarah Palin was your babysitter for a while.
Yeah, is that correct?
And she let me drink grape soda, too.
Yes, I was a very good babysitter.
All right, well, good luck tonight with the debate. And once again, her brand new book is called Core of Conviction, My Story. Michele Bachmann, thank you very much.
Thank you. Good to see you.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Good luck tonight. All right.